He needs that money.
Hundreds of pairs.
That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah.
Putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family, and hurting my business. We're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company. I'm shopping, spending money, living life. Money made, all my day.
Harsh response to the recent Floyd Mayweather bankruptcy news, Joe Rogan has shown how even the wealthiest athletes can be destroyed by excessive spending. Citing Mayweather's prior IRS troubles, he emphasized that having money does not justify evading obligations like taxes. According to Rogan, unbridled luxury and inadequate financial planning frequently result in failure.
All that money to the IRS, how much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell.
The lawsuit Floyd Mayweather Jr. filed against Insider Inc. marks a significant shift in his public persona. The article at the center of this slander claim questions the validity of a massive $42 million real estate deal purportedly involving the boxing legend. According to the lawsuit, the newspaper purposefully misrepresented Mayweather's business dealings, portraying him as dishonest or deceptive about his money. If accurate, the 62-building allegation would rank among the biggest single real estate transactions in modern history. However, the piece raises doubts about the transaction's legitimacy as well as its financial aspects. Casting doubt on Mayweather's reputation, his legal approach appears to be designed to uphold his reputation as a successful businessman, in addition to being a sporting great.
So, I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the question.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old, and I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. Now, I've always been judged because how I have presented myself when I'm promoting a fight. You cannot judge me for entertaining the people when I'm promoting a fight. Judge me for the person that you know. You can't judge me if you don't know me. So that's no different from people in this room may want to do a deal with me. But if someone going out there putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family and hurting my business, we're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company.
Main points of Mayweather's rebuttal are the article's apparent prejudice and the lack of what he refers to as solid documentation. He said his legal team gave Insider Inc. enough of evidence to support the veracity of the real estate assertions. He contends that this documentation was purposefully ignored in favor of a story that was more dramatic. Mayweather wants to draw attention to the gravity of the situation by highlighting the fact that this is his first lawsuit of this type against the media. His fixation on protecting his reputation points to a larger tactic, portraying oneself as a reputable businessman who is the target of careless journalism.
To build my reputation, and I'm not going to let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my companies.
All right, one more toughie. So
Nothing is tough.
no, okay.
After being in the sport of boxing, dealing with the sport of boxing, there's nothing that's tough.
Fair. So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if If that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
Okay, so I think we'll end with this one. When I spoke to you all last week, you were riding around Miami, you were looking to buy even more.
Yes.
Have you bought anything in the week since we last spoke?
I don't know. I was out in Miami for a while. We were looking at a few properties. I'm pretty sure for the end of the year.
View an already raging debate is fueled by Stephen A. Smith's remarks. He emphasizes the opaqueness of Mayweather's financial dealings and makes the argument that reality and public opinion don't always coincide. Smith suggests that there are levels of intricacy hidden behind the eye-catching headlines and enormous cash signs. Even though he doesn't explicitly criticize Mayweather's case, he is skeptical since Mayweather's business endeavors frequently seem to be motivated more by appearances than by principles. This suggests that even though Mayweather may portray himself as a commercial tycoon, the foundations of his endeavors may not stand up to scrutiny.
I can't count the amount of examples where I saw people getting laid off, and then I see somebody come up right behind and get some contract. Business does business. You never know what's behind the goal of a business per se. What you do know is the work that you put in. If you're smart enough, what value comes with that work. And then at the same time, you also pride yourself in being very, very reasonable. I haven't, and I'm not going to talk about my contract negotiations with ESPN. They are ongoing. I think the talks have been very pleasant. I think we're making progress. We'll see what happens. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I've got decisions to make because I got a future to.
Since comments struck a deep chord, highlighting the lack of supporting documentation for the real estate claim. Mayweather is leaning on legal threats rather than concentrating on protecting his financial credibility with intricate contracts or bank data. This tactic is open to criticism. Critics such as 50 Cent believe the lawsuit is more of a ruse than a valid complaint. Instead of establishing the facts, it is presented as a power move intended to scare dissenters. These skepticisms speak to a culture that is already suspicious of celebrity prosperity stories and is growing more suspicious of what goes on behind glitzy facades.
Scripture where y'all can watch that in full, and as we have already seen, 50 Cent has been very involved in critiquing, taking shots at Floyd Mayweather, and when this came across his desk, he did nothing other than that. If that's the case, it's going nowhere because you didn't do the deal, champ. He must have named the writer separately to make him have to pay his own legal team. The champ is mad, and 50 most definitely promoted his brands and everything with that because 50 Cent has came into question about this deal that Floyd Mayweather has struck, showed his real estate businesses, and people started diving into it. Floyd Mayweather has been defending it, but I just realized he put this $100 million lawsuit in against Business Insider, saying that they have been going at him for a long time now, coming at his family, coming at his team, and saying these derogatory things and defaming him, so he won $100 million. The suit lost in the Southern District of New York names Insider Inc. and reporter Daniel Geiger as defendants. It is centered around reporting by Geiger about real estate deals Mayweather Jr. publicly discussed, including an agreement to buy a 62-building Manhattan apartment portfolio. Geiger reported in late March that there is no evidence that there has been a sale. According to the lawsuit, Geiger embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation categorized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth, but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success. It claims that Geiger refused to review documentation proving the deals in question happened, and suggests that there's a racial component to the review.
Mayweather has frequently exhibited a nonchalant manner in interviews, but when asked about money, that assurance gives way to uncertainty. When faced with bankruptcy rumors, his unwillingness to provide concrete figures or details does little to quench the flames. He invites more conjecture rather than providing clarification. Public leaders frequently depend on perception to stay in power, and when those impressions start to erode, the lack of openness hastens the process.
So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
That last statement was a fact. If that's bankrupt, I'm sure a lot of people want to live like that. I'd sell a few of them planes, especially if I was going bankrupt. But yeah, wouldn't be a bad lifestyle to have. Now, Floyd Mayweather isn't the most articulate person. He does not articulate himself the best. This has been well known throughout his career. He is a prize fighter. He is a master promoter. He is a great business person. Put him behind a microphone or have him articulate himself, he's not the best at it. So if you listen to that and y'all tell me if y'all got the same vibe I did, or if y'all think that I'm tripping, it sounds like he's running around a lot of shit. And it's like, all right, bro, yeah, you might be going bankrupt. But let's understand something real quick. If one of Floyd Mayweather's businesses, or if his business is going bankrupt, that does not mean that Floyd Mayweather himself is broke. That means that his business may be struggling. Oh yeah, his business may be struggling, and you could file for bankruptcy. I think it's 13 or 9, chapter 13 or chapter 9 or whatever the case.
That concludes the video for today.